Have you ever wondered what really determines how long we live, especially after the age of 70? While genetics play a role, science reveals that certain habits, behaviors, and even your walk speed could give powerful clues about your future lifespan. In this video, we'll uncover 7 surprising signs, backed by science, that can help predict how long you might live after the age of 70. Stay with us until the end, because the final sign might change how you think about aging forever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss our health content.
Sign number 1. Your walking speed. According to a study from the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, your walking speed after 70 may be a powerful predictor of longevity. Research followed more than 34,000 adults and found that those who walked faster, around 1 meter per second or more, lived significantly longer than those who walked slowly. Why? Fast walking suggests good muscle strength, coordination, and cardiovascular health. It's like a snapshot of your body's internal systems working in harmony. Fast walking speed, a window into longevity. Walking speed, also called gait speed, is not just about how quickly you move. It's a simple yet powerful indicator of your overall health status, especially in older adults. Numerous studies, including a major meta-analysis published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, have identified walking speed as a robust predictor of survival in people aged 65 and older. Key research findings. In a 2011 study involving 34,485 older adults, researchers found that individuals who walked faster than 0.8 meters per second had significantly higher survival rates than those who walked slowly. People who walked at speeds above 1.0 meters per second, about 3.6 kilometers per hour, or 2.2 miles per hour, had the longest life expectancy. Faster walkers were less likely to be hospitalized, suffer from disability, or experience cognitive decline. Why walking speed matters. Walking is a complex task. It requires muscular strength and endurance, joint flexibility, good balance and coordination, neurological function, brain-body coordination, and cardiovascular health. Thus, your walking speed reflects how well these systems are working together. A decline in any of them often shows up first in slower walking, even before other clinical symptoms appear. Analogy. Think of your body like a car. If your engine, brakes, and tires are all working well, the car runs smoothly. But if something is off, say the brakes drag or the engine hesitates, you'll feel it in how the car moves. Similarly, slow walking speed can reveal wear and tear inside your body before you even feel sick.
How to measure it? Practically. You can measure your gait speed at home. Mark a distance of 4 meters, 13 feet, on a flat surface. Walk at your normal pace while someone times you. Divide the distance in meters by your time in seconds. For example, if it takes you 4.5 seconds to walk 4 meters, 4 divided by 4.5 equals 0.89 meters per second. A walking speed of 0.8 meters per second or lower may suggest higher risk of mortality or health decline. A walking speed of 1.0 meters per second or higher is linked with healthy aging and increased life expectancy. How to improve walking speed? It's not too late to improve it. Walking speed can increase with strength training, especially legs and core, balance exercises like Tai Chi or yoga, aerobic activity like walking uphill or brisk walking, regular walking practice, aim for 20 to 30 minutes daily. Conclusion. Fast walking speed is one of the clearest, low-cost, and non-invasive predictors of survival in people over 70. It's a reflection of total body health and resilience. If you want to know how well you're aging, don't just check your blood pressure or cholesterol. See how fast you can walk.
Sign number 2, grip strength. Next, let's talk about grip strength. Yes, something as simple as how firmly you can squeeze. A landmark study published in The Lancet found that grip strength is a better predictor of mortality than blood pressure in older adults. Weaker grip, it's linked to a higher risk of heart disease and even cognitive decline. Stronger grip, it indicates muscle health, which plays a role in mobility and independence. Test it out. Use a hand grip dynamometer or try squeezing a stress ball. How strong are you? Grip strength, the hidden power of your hands. Grip strength, or how firmly you can squeeze an object, is not just a measure of hand function, it's an important indicator of overall muscle health, frailty, and even cardiovascular condition. It has emerged as one of the strongest predictors of mortality, especially in older adults. A comprehensive study published in The Lancet 2015, based on over 140,000 participants from 17 countries, found that lower grip strength was associated with a higher risk of death from all causes, even more strongly than high blood pressure. In other words, a weak handshake may say more about your long-term health than you think. Why grip strength matters? Grip strength reflects the functional integrity of multiple body systems, including skeletal muscle mass and quality, nervous system communication, metabolic health, including inflammation and insulin sensitivity, nutritional status, hormonal balance, such as testosterone and growth hormone. When someone has weak grip strength, it's often a proxy for general physical decline, poor mobility, and higher risk of disability. Low grip strength has been linked to cardiovascular disease, strokes, certain cancers, cognitive decline, increased hospitalizations and recovery time, and premature death. How is it measured? Grip strength is usually measured using a hand grip dynamometer, a handheld device that measures the force you apply when you squeeze.
Normal grip strength thresholds vary by age and sex, but general reference values are: men aged 70 plus is greater than 30 kilograms is considered healthy. Women aged 70 plus greater than 20 kilograms is considered healthy. Anything significantly below these ranges may indicate increased risk for frailty and mortality. Real-life analogy: imagine your grip strength like a battery level for your body. If it's full, you have enough reserve energy, strength, and resilience to withstand illness or injury. But if it's low, even small health problems can drain you completely. Just like a phone with low battery struggles to run apps, a body with poor grip strength struggles to recover, repair, and resist disease. How to improve grip strength even after 70? The good news is grip strength can be improved with targeted effort. Here are some proven strategies. Resistance training, especially using dumbbells, resistance bands, and kettlebells. Grip exercises. Use hand grippers, squeeze a tennis ball, or hang from a bar. Functional strength work. Carry grocery bags, do push-ups on your palms, or perform rowing motions. Protein and nutrition. Ensure adequate protein intake to support muscle mass. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day of grip-related activity can make a significant difference over time. Key takeaway: grip strength is a silent health biomarker that tells a deeper story about your vitality, independence, and resilience as you age. It's easy to test, simple to track, and highly predictive of your future well-being. If you want to live longer and stronger after 70, don't just strengthen your heart, strengthen your hands too.
Sign number 3, social connection. Here's a sign that's less physical, but just as powerful: your social life. According to a Harvard study that spanned over 75 years, one of the strongest predictors of long life and happiness is strong relationships, friends, family, and community. Loneliness and social isolation, on the other hand, increase the risk of early death by nearly 50%. So if you're in your 70s or older, stay connected. Join a club, volunteer, or simply call a friend. Your health may depend on it. Social connection, the lifeline of longevity. Scientific background. Human beings are inherently social. Our brains are wired for connection, and our health is deeply influenced by the quality of our relationships. In fact, decades of research have shown that strong social ties are one of the most powerful predictors of a longer and healthier life. One of the most famous and longest-running studies in the world, the Harvard Study of Adult Development, has tracked individuals for over 80 years. Its conclusion? Good relationships keep us happier and healthier, period. People with strong social bonds live longer, experience fewer health problems, and enjoy better mental well-being. Scientific evidence. According to the National Academies of Sciences, social isolation increases the risk of premature death from all causes by nearly 29%, which is comparable to the risks of smoking 15 cigarettes per day. In 2010, a meta-analysis published in PLOS Medicine reviewed 148 studies involving over 300,000 participants and concluded, individuals with strong social relationships had a 50% greater likelihood of survival, regardless of age, sex, or health status. Why social connection matters? Social connections provide emotional support during times of stress or illness, cognitive stimulation through conversation and shared experiences, accountability for healthy behaviors, such as taking medication or staying active, a sense of purpose and belonging. When people feel connected, their brains release oxytocin, which lowers cortisol, stress hormone, reduces inflammation, and improves immune function. On the other hand, loneliness triggers stress responses, elevates blood pressure, and accelerates cognitive decline.
Real-life analogy. Think of your social network like a safety net. The more tightly woven the net, the more securely it holds you when you fall, whether from illness, grief, or life changes. A loose or frayed net means you're more likely to hit the ground hard. In older age, especially after retirement or the loss of a spouse, that net becomes even more vital. What counts as social connection? You don't need dozens of friends or daily social events. What matters is the depth and quality of connection, such as a close friend or sibling you can talk to, regular interaction with neighbors or community groups, participating in religious, cultural, or volunteer activities, meaningful conversations with grandchildren or caregivers. Even small, consistent gestures, like greeting your neighbors, attending a weekly club, or chatting with a friend over the phone, can significantly improve health outcomes. How to strengthen social connections after 70. Try these practical steps. Join a local club or interest group, even virtually. Volunteer. Giving to others increases connection and purpose. Make time for family. Call, video chat, or schedule visits. Rekindle old friendships. It's never too late to reach out. Practice active listening. Build deeper bonds by being fully present in conversations. Key takeaway. Social connection is not just a nice-to-have, it's a life-saving necessity. Just as we eat, sleep, and exercise to maintain health, we must nurture our relationships. In the end, people who are socially connected don't just live longer, they live better. The heart doesn't only beat for survival, it beats for connection. Sign number 4, mental sharpness. Still sharp as a tack? That's a good sign.
Research from the Alzheimer's Association shows that cognitive performance, especially memory and reasoning, can signal overall brain and physical health. Regular mental stimulation through reading, puzzles, or learning something new helps keep the brain agile, reducing the risk of dementia. Brain tip number 4. Challenge your brain like a muscle. Keep learning and your mind and lifespan may thank you. Mental sharpness, the brain as a predictor of longevity. Mental sharpness, or cognitive function, is a key component of healthy aging. As we grow older, how well our brain retains its ability to think, remember, focus, and solve problems can offer critical insights into our overall health and life expectancy. Multiple longitudinal studies, including those published by the Alzheimer's Association, the National Institute on Aging, and the Lancet Commission on Dementia Prevention, consistently point to a strong connection between preserved cognitive function and lower risk of early death. In simple terms, the sharper your mind stays after age 70, the longer and more independently you are likely to live. What is mental sharpness? It includes key cognitive abilities such as memory, short-term and long-term, attention and focus, reasoning and problem-solving, verbal fluency, processing speed. These functions are essential not just for thinking, but for everyday tasks like managing medications, cooking, driving, and maintaining social relationships. Why mental sharpness predicts longevity? Cognitive health supports independence. Older adults with sharp minds can take better care of themselves, avoid falls or errors, and engage actively in life. It's connected to brain and heart health. The same vascular system that nourishes your brain also affects your heart. Problems like high blood pressure, stroke, and diabetes often impair both brain and body. Early cognitive decline often precedes physical decline. Mild cognitive impairment is often the first sign that the brain and body are struggling internally, even if a person still appears outwardly healthy. Mental sharpness often reflects lifestyle choices. Individuals who remain cognitively strong in older age are usually the ones who stayed mentally active, socially engaged, physically fit, and nutritionally nourished.
Scientific findings. A 2019 study published in JAMA Neurology found that individuals who showed even mild cognitive impairment in their 70s were twice as likely to die earlier compared to those with normal cognition. Brain imaging studies show that neurodegeneration often correlates with systemic inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which are tied to diseases like cancer, cardiovascular illness, and diabetes. How to stay mentally sharp even after 70. Cognitive decline is not inevitable. Here are proven strategies to preserve and enhance mental sharpness. Lifelong learning. Take a class, read books, learn new skills. Even playing a musical instrument or learning a new language has measurable effects on brain function. Mental exercises. Do puzzles, Sudoku, crosswords, or brain training games that challenge memory, logic, and speed. Social engagement. Talking with others stimulates language, memory, and emotional regulation. Physical activity. Exercise improves blood flow to the brain and increases neurogenesis, or growth of new neurons. Nutrition and sleep. Diets rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, and leafy greens, along with consistent sleep, protect brain cells and reduce inflammation. Mindfulness and meditation. These practices enhance focus, reduce stress hormones, and improve memory-related brain structures like the hippocampus. Real-life analogy. Think of your brain like a library. If it's well-maintained, clean, organized, and regularly visited, it will serve you well for decades. But if it's neglected, cluttered, or underused, it slowly falls into disrepair. In your 70s and beyond, keeping your mental library active could be the key to writing many more healthy, fulfilling chapters. Key takeaway. Mental sharpness isn't just about preventing dementia. It's about preserving quality of life, autonomy, and longevity. A sharp mind empowers you to continue engaging with the world meaningfully long after retirement. If you want to live long and well, keep your mind as active as your body.
Sign number 5. Sense of purpose. Do you wake up with a reason to live each day? If so, you're already on a path to longevity. Studies from psychological science show that older adults who report a strong sense of purpose live longer, even when controlling for income, education, and health. Whether it's caring for grandchildren, gardening, volunteering, or pursuing hobbies, purpose protects your life. No matter your age, having something to live for adds years to your life and life to your years. Sense of purpose, the will that extends life. Having a sense of purpose, a reason to wake up in the morning, is far more than a motivational phrase. It's a scientifically validated factor that significantly influences physical and mental health, especially in older adults. Research consistently shows that people who report having a clear life purpose tend to live longer, healthier, and more resilient lives even after the age of 70. One of the most widely cited studies, published in Psychological Science 2014, found that individuals with a strong sense of purpose had a 15% lower risk of death over the follow-up period, regardless of age, gender, education, or health status. So, what is a sense of purpose? A sense of purpose is the feeling that your life has meaning, direction, and value, that you contribute to something beyond yourself. For older adults, this can come from caring for grandchildren or loved ones, volunteering or mentoring, spiritual or religious activities, artistic or creative pursuits, maintaining a household or garden, advocating for a cause or community. It's not about being famous or wealthy. It's about feeling useful and connected to something larger than the self.
Why purpose predicts longevity. 1. Purpose promotes better health behaviors. People with purpose tend to exercise more, eat better, and adhere to medical advice because they see their lives as worth sustaining. It reduces stress and inflammation. Studies show that purpose lowers levels of cortisol and C-reactive protein, two key indicators of chronic stress and inflammation, major drivers of aging and disease. It boosts immune function. A purposeful mindset strengthens immune response, helping the body fend off infections and heal more efficiently. It encourages social connection. Individuals with purpose often stay engaged with others, strengthening their emotional and mental resilience. It provides mental focus and resilience. Having goals protects against depression, cognitive decline, and even suicidal ideation in older adults. Scientific findings. A study published in JAMA Network Open in 2019 found that older adults with high levels of life purpose were less likely to die over a 4-year follow-up, even when controlling for income, health conditions, and lifestyle factors. Neuroscientific research also shows that purpose activates reward centers in the brain, leading to positive emotions, increased motivation, and better psychological coping mechanisms. Real-life analogy. Think of life purpose as your internal compass. Even when storms come, illness, grief, retirement, it helps you keep your course. Without it, it's easy to drift into passivity, loneliness, or despair. In Japanese culture, there's a word for this, ikigai, meaning a reason for being. Research on the Okinawan population, one of the longest living groups on Earth, highlights Ikigai as central to their health and happiness into old age. How to cultivate purpose, even in your 70s and beyond? It's never too late to discover or renew your sense of purpose. Here's how. Reflect on what brings you joy, meaning, or pride. Set small goals. They add up over time. Volunteer, even a few hours a week. Connect with people who inspire or need you. Create, whether through art, writing, storytelling, or community building. Stay curious. Continue learning and exploring. Mentor the younger generation. Your wisdom is invaluable. Key takeaway. Purpose is not just philosophical, it's physiological. It influences your biology, behavior, and brain in ways that protect and prolong life. Those who have a reason to live often find the strength to live longer.
Sign number 6. Good sleep patterns. Sleep isn't just rest, it's restoration. Research from the National Sleep Foundation and NIH confirms that older adults who get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep are more likely to maintain immune strength, cognitive clarity, and emotional balance. Poor sleep, on the other hand, increases risk for stroke, heart attack, and depression. Tip: keep a regular sleep schedule, avoid screens before bed, and create a calm sleeping environment. Good sleep patterns, the nightly reset that extends life. Sleep is not just rest, it is biological restoration. It plays a critical role in maintaining cognitive function, immune system balance, heart health, and emotional stability. After age 70, maintaining healthy sleep patterns becomes even more essential as the body becomes more vulnerable to systemic decline. According to the National Institute on Aging, NIA, and a study published in Sleep Health, older adults who consistently get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep per night experience reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, lower incidence of diabetes and obesity, better cognitive performance, greater emotional regulation, and increased longevity. What is a good sleep pattern? A good sleep pattern is not only about how long you sleep, but also sleep quality, deep, uninterrupted cycles, sleep consistency, going to bed and waking up at the same time daily, sleep efficiency, percentage of time in bed spent sleeping, and sleep architecture, spending enough time in restorative stages like deep sleep and REM. In older age, sleep becomes more fragile. People may wake up more often, experience lighter sleep, struggle with sleep onset, falling asleep, nap during the day due to poor nighttime sleep. These disruptions can become predictors and contributors to chronic illnesses. Why healthy sleep predicts longevity. 1. Sleep strengthens the immune system. Deep sleep stimulates the production of immune cells and cytokines that fight inflammation and infection. Poor sleep is associated with faster cognitive decline. 2. Sleep detoxifies the brain. During deep sleep, the brain's glymphatic system flushes out waste proteins linked to Alzheimer's and dementia. Poor sleep is associated with faster cognitive decline. 3. Sleep regulates hormones and metabolism. Sleep controls hormones that affect hunger, glucose metabolism, and stress response, protecting against diabetes, weight gain, and hypertension. 4. Sleep balances emotions and mental health. Chronic sleep deprivation increases the risk of depression, anxiety, and even suicidal ideation, especially in isolated or grieving seniors.
Scientific findings. A study from Sleep Medicine Reviews, 2017,
reviewed over 60 years of research and concluded that both short sleep, less than 6 hours, and long sleep, greater than 9 hours, are linked to higher all-cause mortality. Other research from Harvard Medical School notes that fragmented sleep, frequent waking at night, predicts earlier onset of dementia and higher risk of mortality. Real-life analogy. Imagine your body is a computer system. During sleep, it shuts down background processes, installs updates, and clears out unnecessary data. If you keep it running 24/7 without rest, it will slow down, malfunction, or crash. Sleep is your daily system reset, especially vital after 70, when recovery from stress and illness takes longer. How to improve sleep patterns after 70. These strategies are supported by sleep researchers and geriatric experts. 1. Set a fixed bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. 2. Limit caffeine and alcohol, especially in the afternoon and evening. 3. Avoid daytime naps over 30 minutes to protect nighttime sleep. 4. Create a sleep-friendly environment, cool, dark, and quiet. 5. Use the bed only for sleep and intimacy, no TV or devices. 6. Exercise regularly, but not right before bed. 7. Manage stress through prayer, journaling, or meditation. 8. Limit screen time before bed. Blue light suppresses melatonin. If sleep problems persist, it's important to seek medical advice. Conditions like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or nocturia, frequent nighttime urination, are common in older adults and treatable. Key takeaway: sleep is not a luxury, it is a biological necessity. After age 70, your sleep becomes a mirror of your body's inner health. A consistent, restorative sleep pattern may be one of the most powerful and overlooked ways to extend your life and improve your quality of life. Idea: if you want to live longer, don't just work harder, sleep smarter.
Sign number 7, your optimism. Here's one of the most overlooked yet powerful predictors, your attitude. A study by Boston University School of Medicine found that optimistic people live significantly longer, often reaching 85 or beyond. Optimism reduces stress hormones, boosts heart health, and encourages healthier lifestyles. Even better, optimism can be learned. Gratitude journals, meditation, and positive thinking all help. Remember, it's not about ignoring reality, but choosing to focus on the good, even in tough times. Optimism, the mindset that adds years to life. Optimism, the general expectation that good things will happen, is more than a personality trait. It is a biopsychosocial asset strongly associated with improved physical health, stronger immunity, emotional well-being, and most remarkably, increased life expectancy. A major study from Boston University School of Medicine in 2019 analyzed over 70,000 women and 1,400 men across decades and found people with the highest levels of optimism lived up to 15% longer than those who were less optimistic. Even after accounting for other factors like income, smoking, physical activity, and health conditions, the link between optimism and longevity remained strong. What is optimism? Optimism is not blind positivity or unrealistic hope. It's the tendency to believe that, despite challenges, things can improve and that your actions can shape a better outcome. It involves positive future expectations, resilience during setbacks, a sense of control or agency, problem-solving mindset. For older adults, especially those in their 70s or beyond, optimism plays a crucial role in maintaining motivation, independence, and purpose, despite the inevitable losses of aging. Why optimism predicts longevity. 1. Optimism lowers stress and inflammation. Optimists have lower cortisol levels, stress hormone, better blood pressure regulation, and reduced markers of chronic inflammation, all of which are key to disease prevention. 2. It enhances cardiovascular health. Multiple studies, including from the American Heart Association, have shown that optimism is linked to lower risk of stroke and heart disease, the leading causes of death in older adults. 3. Optimists engage in healthier behaviors. They are more likely to exercise regularly, eat well, avoid smoking, and follow medical advice. And 4. Optimism protects brain health. Positivity promotes neuroplasticity, emotional regulation, and may reduce the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. 5. It increases resilience and recovery. After surgery, illness, or loss, optimistic people tend to heal faster, cope better, and maintain higher life satisfaction.
Scientific findings. A 2022 study from JAMA Psychiatry followed 159,000 women aged 50 to 79 over 26 years and found that the most optimistic women were more likely to reach age 90 or beyond with better overall health. Brain scans reveal that optimists have greater activity in the prefrontal cortex, a region associated with planning, decision-making, and regulating emotions. Real-life analogy. Think of optimism like your mental immune system. Just as a strong physical immune system protects you from viruses, optimism protects your mind and body from the wear and tear of stress, disappointment, and adversity. You can't control the weather, but you can carry an umbrella, or better yet, a mindset that helps you face the rain with confidence. How to cultivate optimism at any age. Even if you weren't, quote-unquote, born optimistic, optimism can be learned and strengthened through intentional habits. 1. Practice gratitude. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. 2. Reframe negative thoughts. Shift from "what if I fail" to "what if I succeed?" 3. Surround yourself with positive influences. Optimism is contagious. Spend time with people who uplift you. 4. Visualize positive outcomes. Imagine success in health, relationships, and daily challenges. 5. Engage in meaningful activity. Purpose and optimism reinforce each other. 6. Limit exposure to toxic negativity. This includes media, conversations, or habits that reinforce fear or cynicism. Key takeaway? Optimism is more than a mood. It is a lifespan extending mindset. It protects your heart, sharpens your mind, strengthens your resilience, and enhances every aspect of aging. Idea: if you want to live longer, don't just check your cholesterol, check your outlook on life. So let's recap. If you're over 70 or know someone who is, here are the 7 signs that could predict a longer life. Fast walking speed, strong grip strength, rich social life, mental sharpness, sense of purpose, healthy sleep, and optimism. These aren't just theories, they're backed by real science. The best part? Many of them are within your control. So whether you're 70, 50, or 30, start now, because how you live today shapes your tomorrow.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on all our life-boosting videos. Tell us in the comments, which of these 7 signs do you already see in your life? Thanks for watching, and here's to living longer, healthier, and happier. See you in the next video.